Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand for the 2024 North Rock Creek faculty and graduates? You may be seated. Friends and family, it's quite an honor to serve as North Rock Creek Superintendent. I want you guys to know that every person in this room has made a profound impact on the lives of these seniors that sit in front of us, the 101 seniors that sit in front of us at North Rock Creek High School. So never underestimate the influence, the profound influence that you have in the smallest things that you do. It's important for North Rock Creek, for us, that every faculty member that sits before you and that sits by our graduates, support and certified, they showcase that every part is crucial to the whole by wearing the exact same robe. So thank you, North Rock Creek faculty of teachers, custodians, bus drivers, assistants, secretaries, paraprofessionals, directors, coaches, substitutes, maintenance men, and cooks for your sacrifice to our school. You're my heroes. And thank you, families, for allowing us the opportunity to be a part of your most prized possession during the school day. And I can tell you what a prize they are. I cannot begin to quantify the accomplishments and accolades of these seniors. I know that over $2 million in actual scholarships were received by these fine young men and women. I cannot wait. Yeah. We can't wait to watch them serve their communities as teachers and architects and nurses and firefighters and the various career paths in their collective future. So many of our graduates, many of them have received top-notch training from Gordon Cooper. I always say this, Julie McCormick, Superintendent McCormick, thank you for your partnership to North Rock Creek. That makes us better, and we appreciate you and everything you do with career tech education. Thank you. So on the most basic level, these are really good kids. 13 years ago, I started my career at North Rock Creek, and I handed them a kindergarten diploma on a little stage down there at the elementary gym. And so I know they have firm handshakes, and they'll look you in the eye. And I know they have high character. So seniors, thank you for enriching my life. Thank you. And I want to thank a Board of Education that made a commitment with me when we started this high school in our community to set the bar to be just a little bit different. Mr. Rick Goen, Mr. Chris White, Mr. Brian Blansett, and Mr. Roy Reese, thank you for your service. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to bring 6 exceptional NRC seniors to this stage. Mr. David King, 2024 North Rock Creek valedictorian. Miss Haley Rice, 2024 North Rock Creek salutatorian. Miss Madison Gonzalez, Avery Burnett, Kaylin Jones, and Miss Chloe Kark, NRC class officers. Would you please rise?
Good evening. Would you please join me in a word of prayer? Dear Lord, thank you that we get to gather together today to celebrate our graduation from high school. Thank you for all of the many blessings that you have given to us that we take for granted all too often. Thank you to the family and friends that you have surrounded us with, that have supported us at our worst and our best. Thank you for the teachers and coaches who have made it their goal to invest in us and help us to develop into the people that we are today. Most of all, thank you for sending your Son to stand in our place as a perfect sacrifice so that we could be made right with you. We know that throughout the rest of our lives we're going to face challenges. I ask that you would help us to face those challenges in a way that brings glory to you. Help us to rely on you through every situation and remember that our help comes from you and from you alone. God, I ask that you would help us to always remember to establish our identity in you because we know that nothing in the world is more important. You are the source of every good thing. Without you, we can do nothing. As we go on and live the rest of our lives, help us to be faithful witnesses of the gospel wherever we go. We love you and we praise you for all that you've done. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
Will you please remain standing and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for the North Rock Creek School Creed. Ready, recite. I am a North Rock Creek student. I have great expectations for myself. I accept the challenge to become the best that I can be. Today's successes are now before me. Yesterday's failures are behind me. The decisions I make today will affect the rest of my life. I will make today the very best day of all. I accept the responsibility for my behavior and its results. I accept the challenge to learn. With my family and my teachers, I will determine what I will become. I will succeed. You may now be seated.
Thank you, students. Our next guest dedicated himself to our community and law enforcement for over 36 years. In 2006, he was honored with the inaugural Officer of the Year Award from the Shawnee Police Foundation. Notably, he spent 21 years as a school resource officer, and we were honored that he finished that career as lieutenant right here at North Rock Creek. His claim to fame is being married to a North Rock Creek teacher, Mrs. Shirley Wood. He and Shirley raised two boys, Jonathan and Justin, and they are fine young men. He also has 7 grandchildren that he is solely responsible every single year for tagging them a buck. And when you add his responsible to get me a deer, that's 8 total deer before he can even go deer hunting. So he's a friend to everyone in here. I know that, and I'm excited to watch him take on a new adventure here in Pottawatomie County. Please welcome our honored guest and my hunting buddy, Mr. Freeland Wood.
Thank you guys very much. Make this stay here. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed members of the school board, Superintendent Blake Moody, distinguished faculty, proud parents, and most importantly, the graduating class 2024. Good evening. It's truly an honor to address you on this momentous occasion. When Mr. Moody called me several months ago and asked me to speak, I thought there's no way this is happening. When he said he would like for me to tell my story, I was both humbled and surprised. He said it was between me and Barry Switzer, and I picked you. Well, I know one thing, graduates, 40 years from now, you may not remember who spoke at your graduation, but you'll definitely remember it wasn't Barry Switzer. From a young age, well, before I start there, I'm going to get off. My wife's freaking out right now. My son told me sometimes you might just have to wing it. Well, I would be failing you guys if I didn't wing it a little bit today. The reason I'm winging it is because, number one, I know how important work is. You got to work when you do this job or any job. You got to work in relationships, family, even raising your kids or preparing for a job, but you have to work. And if you work at it, you'll definitely succeed. I know for me, preparing for my job wasn't easy. Wasn't easy. You know, to be a police officer, everybody thinks, oh, you just go test and you become a police officer. But no, before I was hired, first of all, you had to read and study because you had to take a test. I had to be fit. I had to run. You had to pass a physical fitness incentive. And so for me, that started at a young age, just running. And so I could be successful in this one day. And the other thing after work, for me, it's don't ever give up. There are several times in my career I could have given up, but I didn't. I know back in 1985, when I applied for the Air Force, I was told I couldn't get in because of a major knee surgery that occurred when I was in high school. But again, I was disappointed, but I didn't give up. But at the same time, it took work to get where I wanted to be today. I just had to go about it in a different direction. But now, when you finally get your dream job, this is where I really want you guys to listen. Be patient. As young people, we always, well, not me, but as young people, we want those things right now. You want them immediately. But you have to be patient, and you have to go back to number one, and you got to work. You got to work at it, and you got to work hard. I know in my job, officers want that shiny, brand new car. They want that position, not as a school resource officer, but they want that position. They want that, they want to be in the tag team. They want to have the drug dog. But a lot of them want it right now. But again, you have to work and be patient to get it. For me, I had 3 brand new cars in 36 years. The first 2 I got through the years before I became, or when I first started, and then when I became a sergeant. The third one I got because I wrecked the second one. So I got 3, but actually I only really got 2. Being a school resource officer, I got to drive classic cars, the 20-year cars. I got to drive a 1982 Ford LTD in 2002. I remember coming back to town from the lake, going too fast because there was an armed robbery in progress, and I had a flat. Well, the 1982 LTD didn't have a jack. So I got to sit on the side of the road while this incident happened, but I learned to make sure I had a jack next time. And I also got a 1991 Chevy Caprice, and it had dual rows. Not only did it work as my lake unit, it also, I went around town, it smoked so much I killed mosquitoes. But it was, like I said, I had to be patient. I got to do a job I love more than anything. I got to take care of your kids and had a lot of fun times. But now, right now, you got to realize when you get that job as a supervisor, or for me, as a sergeant and lieutenant, the big thing is to lead by example. You have to lead by example. For me, that doesn't mean it was the right thing, but my guys I would try to beat them to calls, sometimes just to get the poor guy home before he went to jail. A lot of times, just to get there to de-escalate the situation before they would get there. And not that I didn't trust them. You know, you learn in this job, or any job, if you surround yourself with great people, it makes an average guy look good. So I was blessed to have great officers. I also didn't want to see him get hurt. So I thought if I got there first, I could keep him safe. But I know one thing, they would run through a wall for me. Now here at North Rock Creek, and I'm going to say Shawnee High School, because I have a lot of Shawnee High School kids in here, and I also got Shawnee High School administrator in here. I would see them step up to help their teachers, their staff members, their custodians. They would step up. At Shawnee High School, the principals would sweep the floors. They would go and do things that, you know, that if the custodian wasn't able to, they would take care of. It was just, that's what they did. They led by example. They let the teachers know that they weren't too good to do stuff that they could do. Here at North Rock Creek, the same thing. Superintendent takes on tasks to help the principals. The principals, the same way, they take on tasks to help the teachers. I've seen them. They would sweep the floors. They would clean up messes because the custodians were busy. At the elementary, I saw that quite a bit with Dr. Smith. She would, several times I'd seen her, because she'd say, well, it's got to be done. And she would go clean up, throw up off the floor because the custodians were busy. They would take and, go clean up stuff in the bathroom because, again, sometimes they're busy. But they weren't too good to take on those roles. So, to me, that's leading by example. Just to make teachers' lives a little easier. Now, again, this is in my speech, but always remember your family and your friends, your coaches, your teachers. For me, obviously, it's my family and my friends and some special teachers. I wasn't going to tell this story, but it's kind of funny. But in my career, as a grade school kid from North Rock Creek, I got 2 bustins, which is paddlings. You guys probably don't know what that is, but it's the kids. But it was with a paddle. The first one I deserved, and it put me back on track. I needed that one. I was a class clown, so I wasn't quite the class clown anymore. The second one I didn't deserve, but it was a tradition that, this probably people don't know this name, but I know Mr. Beasley does. Gene Gower did. He would give the girls a hug, and he would bust the boys' rear end with a paddle. And I always wished I was last because it hurt more because he wasn't tired. But he chose me first because he said he liked me the most. So he was a good man. Mr. Gower was an awesome man, but he also taught me it's okay to spank, and it's okay. Sometimes most of the times as parents you spank out of love, but it was okay. But I always remember that because of what he did for me. I had our coaches. My coaches were amazing, and my teachers, like my favorite, Stan Beasley. And he, not that guy, not only showed me that, a true man because he served our country, but he also showed me he could run a marathon. And I wanted to run a marathon, so I accomplished it. But I thought about him while I was running because I said, Mr. Beasley can do it, I can do it. I can do it. And obviously, people like Mr. Pinson, who's here today, taught me a lot. Even when he was in school, he taught me the golden rule of always always treat others like you would always want to be treated, and that's how I lived my whole career. Mike Sperry, of course, he isn't here today, but Mike Sperry was another one that his kind heart as my coach. But what they also taught me was, as a coach, they taught me being a great leader on the field carries over to on the street or in the real world. And so I really believe that. And so, guys, I'm going to tell you before I get back, because my son wrote me a darn good speech, and I know I got to hurry because he gave me 6 minutes. But always remember, number one, work hard. 2, just be patient. 3, lead by example when you're out there. And then always remember, you always keep going back to 1, work hard. You got to work hard. And then when things get hard and you always remember you can ask for help and go back to family and friends. From a young age, I always wanted to be a police officer. Much like my wife's pre-K class, I wanted to catch the bad guy. But it was an encounter at age 16 that set me on this path. I was pulled over for speeding, and I found myself face to face with a police officer. His demeanor immediately put me at ease. He took the time to engage with me, to listen, and to understand me. From that moment onward, I knew the kind of police officer I wanted to be. I wanted to be the embodiment of compassion, understanding, and empathy. I wanted to bridge the gap between law enforcement and our community we serve, but most importantly, our youth. My journey has been one of dedication, serving, and protecting. You have faced countless challenges, celebrated numerous achievements, and made lifelong memories over the past some 13 years and some 4 at North Rock Creek. Each step of the way, you've had the opportunity to demonstrate resilience, determination, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. Today, we're here to recognize not only your academic accomplishments, but also your commitment to hard work, encouragement, perseverance, and future service to your community. Like I said earlier, hard work is the cornerstone of success. It's the sweat, the tears, the late nights spent poring over textbooks that pave the way for greatness. But hard work is more than just a means to an end. It's a mindset. It's a way of life. You have undoubtedly encountered moments of doubt, uncertainty, from balancing academic demands to participating in activities, perhaps even juggling part-time jobs. Your journey has been marked by challenges that's tested your resolve. There are many times when the workload seemed overwhelming, when the success felt out of reach. Yet, it is during these moments of adversity that your true character is revealed. Embrace the ethics of hard work, not only for personal gain, but also as a means of serving your community and contributing to a greater good. For it's through your diligence, determination, that you will not only achieve your dreams, but also inspire others around you to reach theirs. Perseverance is perhaps the most critical ingredient for success. It's the refusal to give up in the face of adversity, determination to keep pushing forward, even when the odds are stacked against you. I've seen firsthand the power of perseverance. It is the crucial aspect of law enforcement. Every day brings new challenges, and it's our ability to persevere in the face of adversity that defines us. From tackling complex cases to enduring long hours on the job, the determination to overcome obstacles is what enables us to fulfill our duty to protect and serve. Your journey through high school has prepared you well for these challenges that lie ahead. Just as you persevered through academic challenges and personal setbacks, so too can you navigate the challenges of the world beyond these halls. In the spirit of service to the community, I urge you to recognize the power of encouragement and uplifting others. Just as you have been supported on your journey, extend a helping hand to those around you who may be struggling. Your words of encouragement, your act of kindness, your willingness to lend A listening ear can make a world of difference in someone else's life. Let your perseverance be a beacon of hope for others, inspiring them to overcome their own obstacles and pursue their own dreams with unwavering determination. Sorry. As you embark on this new chapter of your lives, know that you're not alone. You have a network of support that extends far beyond these walls. Family, friends, mentors, teachers who believe in you and your potential. Believe in your God-given abilities, even when others might doubt you. Trust in your abilities even when the path ahead seems uncertain. And remember, failure is not a reflection of your worth, but rather an opportunity to learn and grow. To the graduating class of 2024, I offer my heartfelt congratulations. May you go forth with courage, determination, and a steadfast commitment to make a positive difference in this world. Thank you.
Thank you, Freeland. At this time, Mr. Cooper Klein, 2024-25. Oklahoma FFA Association State Secretary will address his fellow 2024 class.
Well, whenever they approached me to do this a couple months ago, I asked if I could just do stand-up comedy, but that was a hard no. So I guess we'll go ahead and just stick with the speech. My history with North Rock Creek may not be the same as most of you here tonight. You see, my history with North Rock Creek began just a few years ago as an 8th grader. Now, that was a very difficult time for this young man. I was at a brand new school where I knew absolutely no one, and I just cut off my mullet. Yes, I had a mullet, and by golly, it was a good one. I worked for 3 years on that business in the front and the party in the back, and once it was long enough, I got it permed regularly. And then my morning routine before school always consisted of a diffuser, gel, and a lot of time in front of a mirror. I promise you, it was an absolute sight to see, and I thought it was really intimidating on a pitching mound. My mullet had become what I was known for, and it was a bit of a confidence booster for this chunky teenager, and then, with one whack of the scissors, it was gone. Little did I know what kind of impact that would have on me, transferring schools and going on into my high school career. You see, I had told my parents about a goal I had wanted to achieve, and little did I know they were simply just pushing me in the right direction. North Rock Creek had just built their brand new high school and received their charter to begin an FFA chapter. Since NRC had just built their new high school, I was able to join FFA due to the new chapter. My goal was centered around FFA and public speaking, so that very fall, I entered the American Farmers and Ranchers Speech Contest. As I advanced through the district and state level, being very fortunate to win the state speaking contest, I was later contacted by the American Farmers and Ranchers to present my state winning speech at their state convention in February the following spring. Well, little did I know, I was going to have to be following none other than the Governor Kevin Stitt's remarks. Right then and there, this 5'3", chunky little 8th grader had to make a choice. I had to find the confidence that I had lost just because I cut my hair off, or I had to get behind a screen and hide. Luckily, because of Mr. Davis and my parents and their ultimate encouragement, I went up, gave my speech, and received a standing ovation. At that very moment, all the confidence I had lost when I cut my mullet off came flooding back into my system. The easiest thing for any of us to do whenever faced with a challenge is to turn around and quit. This rings true for almost everyone present tonight. I can only imagine the bumps in the road and the adversity that our school and faculty had faced whenever we were trying to develop a high school. I imagine how different each of our lives would be tonight if they hadn't had to go through those challenges. our lives would be so much different, and yet instead, we chose to embrace those specific challenges to be where we are right now. And in 5 short years, our administration, faculty, and coaches have pushed each of us to be as evidenced by the accolades won by many teams and groups related to the school. You see, sitting in the crowd tonight among us, we have state champions, we have all-staters, we have football playoff participants, archery national qualifiers, and the list can go on and on. None of it would have been possible without the sacrifices made by some of the very people here tonight. Classmates, we're about to face some of the biggest challenges in our own lives. And I really want to teach y'all a small lesson based on a little story that I heard just a few weeks ago. As a father was nearing the end of his life and was actually recently diagnosed with an illness, one of his oldest sons had came to visit him. During the conversation, the father had taken off a watch. It was a family heirloom that had been amongst the family for many generations, and he handed it to the son. He said, "Son, I want you to take this watch, go to the jewelry store, and see what they'll offer for it." He said, "But whatever you do, don't sell the watch." So the son agrees, goes to the jewelry store, comes back with an offer, and says they offered $400 because the watch seems a little bit out of condition. The father smiles, nods his head, and says, "Okay, son, I want you to take the same watch to the pawn shop." So the son, still abiding by his father, goes to the pawn shop, gets it looked at, and then comes back. He says, the pawn shop only offered $5 because it was very old and worn out. It was at this time that the father got kind of a goofy grin on his face. And then the son asked why it was so. He said, "I just want you to take it one more place." He said, "I want you to take this watch, go to the museum, and ask the curator what that watch is worth." So the son agreed yet again, goes to the museum, and came right back to his house in complete shock. He said, the curator at the museum had just offered $250,000 for this rare artifact to be included in their collection. Folks, the moral of this story is not to try and sell off your family's jewelry or do anything of the sort. There's always one lesson to take away from this. The right place will value you in the right way. Do not find yourself in a place where you aren't valued. Truly seek out the opportunity to find the people that will make you the absolute best versions of yourself. Because quite frankly, that's one of the best ways that we can live this crazy ride called life. Fellow classmates and guests, as I leave you tonight, please remember 3 things. First, change is inevitable, and we're gonna have to face it head on. Secondly, always, always know your worth. And finally, find out what your value truly is in this crazy world we live in. Thank you.
At this time, senior class sponsors, Miss Jenny Barnett and Ashley Moody, will read senior names. High school principals, Mr. Chad Brooking and Justin McDonald, will join me for diploma presentations.
David Austin King. Haley Gale Rice. Aubrey T. Gonzalez. Haley Joe Hacker. Abigail Faith Hurst. Talon Bao Win. Grayson Zane Cerner. Anna Grace Smith. Grace Elizabeth Wiley. Kyler Wayne Abney. Race Andrew Abney. Jaden Nicole Aguirre. Helen Alexander Andrews. Kayla Catherine Ald. Diana Selena Bies. Rainey Allen Bass. Jace Coven Bicknell. Carly Noel Brady. Calvin Julian Bray. Jesse James Brown. Traceley May Burdine. Avery Beth Burnett. Bailey Helen Elizabeth Calger. Seven Lee Covey. Chloe Isabella Clark. Nathan Ian Clark. Jacqueline Ann Clifton. Brianna Louise Coker. Gavin Lee Cooper. Victoria Diaz. Hannah Noel Earlywine. Kirk Hunter Etheridge. Christian Faith Eubank. Nyanga Brittany Fay. Kaylee Delane Fryer. Elijah Alexander Geyer. Mercedes Dawn Glenn. Madison Gabrielle Gonzalez. Casey Rochelle Goodall. Berkeley Joe Gosen. Catherine Ann Grant. Kaya Faith Gwynn. Devin Shay Haney. Ethan James Holloway. Kennedy Nicole Hudgens. Elizabeth Ann Louise Huffman. Noelle Grace Hurley. Dylan Lane Jackson. Bo Alexis Jacobs. Robert Perseus Janway. Kaylin Michelle Jones. Chloe Marie Casterkey. Hadley Grace Casterkey. Connor Ray Kellogg. Cooper Shane Klein. Warren Stone Curtright. Connor Lynn Malone. Luke William Malone. John Donatello Marinelli. Jackson Brooks Mason. Samuel Andrew McClellan. Olivia Rose McCrae. Sophia Ann McSmith. Emma Elizabeth Metter. Jaden Nicole Medley. Courtney Rochelle Melton. Mackenzie Dawn Miner. Ty Eugene Mobbs. Maddox Aiden Motley. Maddox Payton Munn. Kylie Dawn Noss. Cooper Allen Ophil. Riley Dawn Owings. George Alfred Perez. Carson Philip Plum. Andrew Presley Ritter. Bryson Matthew Roach. Miranda Nicole Roberts. Veronica June Roberts. Addison Reese Robertson. Abigail Ryan Shannabom. Molly Faye Smith. Lauren Grace Staley. Haley Nicole Streeter. Olivia Grace Terrell. Jesse Wayne Todd. Corbin Alexander Tollison. Kylan Grace Townsend. Una Tuscanuggy. Lydia Lee Van Antwerp. Olivia K. Van Antwerp. Margot Marie Vickery. Christian Allen Ware. Liddy Joy White. Marcus Patton Wickard. Maggie K. Wickizer. Benjamin Hollis Wiles. Kylie Elizabeth Williams. Katie Lynn Wilson. Sophia Grace Wilson. Ezra Quentin Wind.
Good evening. I'm Chad Brooking, one of the high school principals. Last year, the students gave us $20 bills, and this year they gave us lottery balls. So we'll play the lottery, me and Mr. Mack. I have many great memories with these students from the past 4 years at NRC, mentoring, advising, supporting, and from time to time, correcting the behavior of these young ladies and gentlemen. But I want you to know that I always had your best interest in mind. As we gather here today to celebrate this momentous occasion, I am filled with an immense sense of pride and admiration for each and every one of you, your friends, and your family. Your journey to this day has been marked by countless hours of hard work, determination, and unwavering dedication, and it is truly an honor to stand here before you as your principal. Throughout your time here at North Rock Creek, you have not only excelled academically, but have also left an indelible mark on our school community through your achievements in sports, the arts, and academics. But beyond your individual accomplishments, it is your collective spirit, resilience, and sense of community that truly sets the class of 2024 apart. Together, you have faced unprecedented challenges with grace and determination. Class of 2024, as you take your steps into the world, may you continue to embrace new challenges with courage and confidence, knowing that you are well equipped to make a positive impact wherever your journey may lead. The turning of the tassel may be the last thing you, the student, performs at graduation, but it has a significant meaning. The history behind the turning of the tassel for graduation dates back to the 14th century and was used by European universities to symbolize the level of academic achievement. This symbolism has now been replaced with the cords and stoles that you see many of our graduates wearing tonight. The tassel flip from right to left has become a tradition within the last 50 years to signify the completion of a high school or college degree when the student becomes the graduate. More than anything, the tassel symbolizes memories of the time you spent getting to this point in your life, your friends, your favorite classes, your favorite teachers, and of course, your favorite principals. Seniors, please stand. Seniors, at this time, you may turn your tassels and consider yourself graduates. Members of the audience, please rise and remain at your seats throughout the recessional performed by Mr. Ron Potter and the Pride of NRC.
Thank you so much for attending our graduation ceremony. Now, at this time, we invite you to the front of the high school for the ceremonial throwing of the caps. Have a great summer.